Hello, I'm Ashley.
I'm Aisha.
I'm Alice.
I'm Rainy.
Our group is called the Rainbow Rain, and our project is about creating nanopatches that will help people to defeat depression.
Okay, so the abstract, our goal is to cure depression without the use of pharmaceutical drugs and with little to no irritation to the body. And we're planning to achieve this by using DNA nanobots. Here is a short animation that visualizes our idea.
Yeah, so
Short,
that's
but
it.
So a contributing factor to depression is blockages that can form in the pathway between neurons in the brain. And how we are approaching to solve this issue is by using our nanobots to expand the existing gaps in the synaptic cleft in the brain and therefore improving the flow of signals. In addition to our DNA nanobot, we are also introducing the creation of an environment where we can control environmental factors such as sounds, what we eat, exercise, and everything else that plays into the development of depression. And our long-term goal is to take the benefits that pass down the benefits of our product through future generations. And we got this idea from the concept of epigenetics, which is basically how genes that have been changed by your ancestors' experiences passing down to you. And yeah, so next is social context.
Depression is a very serious global problem. It affects 1/12 of the world population, which is about 600 million people, and it is also one of the leading causes of death in the world. The main treatments for depression are medication and psychotherapy. The medication will be antidepressant medication, which is not the most effective method, and is only a short-term relief. It does not solve the real problem. It also comes with side effects and safety concerns. Another treatment will be TCM, which is the traditional Chinese method, which are acupuncture and herbs, even though it mainly just help balancing the body and not as strong as antidepressant drugs, but it still faces side effects problems, and it also doesn't really seem to help work to everyone.
Okay, hi, I'm Rainy. So in this section, I'm going to focus on patches, some common types of patches, their basic function, and how they were comparing to those of our nano patches. So when listing the most familiar types of patches in our life, the first thought put out of our mind is the heat patch, which is a kind of chemical patch. Basically, the heat pad, which frequently used for the hand warmers, is triggered by unwrapping the airtight packet, and which contains slightly melted iron powder and salt and active carbon. And then after periods of seconds exposing to the oxygen in the air, the oxidation reaction begins to heat. So the scientific fact behind the chemical patch is quite simple, right? However, our nanopatches work as another type, the transdermal patch. So what is a transdermal patch? A transdermal patch is a medicated adhesive patch that is stick to our skin and to deliver a specific dose of medication through the skin and into our bloodstream. Our nanopatches are actually originated by the transdermal patches, such as pain-relieving patches. So one of the most important advantage of a transdermal drug delivery is that our patches are painless, which made the whole process much easier for the patients. So in brief, through utilizing the patch method, we can minimize the irritation and the pain, which potentially shorten the patient's recovery time, and that's why we make our product in the form of patches.
So our project proposal. So we will create nanopatches that will help people to fight depression by using DNA nanobots that will strengthen nerve cell connections in the human brain. So those DNA nanobots would be made out of harmless biodegradable material, thereby causing no harm to the human body. They will be composed entirely out of DNA, and also they will utilize an origami system. This is the diagram of our DNA nanobots. And the origami system, which is an expanding structure, as you see, and it will help disguise the devices as viruses, therefore avoiding being rejected by the immune system. Also, this is a diagram of an environment that we wish to create for patients. So in this environment, patients can interact with each other, forming social bonds, and they will be protected from loud noises and intaking bad food, which could potentially exacerbate depression. And the center would have, as you see, plants, dining area with healthy food options, the social area, and even workout rooms, because there were research results that indicated exercise helps with curing depression. And we are also considering creating an app along with these two solutions. The app will provide necessary information for patients about where to dine, exercise, or just socialize, depending on their location. And it would be also used as a platform for contacting your friends and inviting them over for any activities shown on the app.
So how we're planning to cancel noise in this facility is by surrounding the entire facility by noise-reducing glass.
Okay, so impact of the nanopatch. So here are some hypotheses about how nanopatches will influence our future life. So we are guessing that the future society may have a risk of increasing serious depression cases. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, in 2016, the anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the United States, affecting 40 million adults aged 18 and older, and the statistic is expanding too. So as long as the amount of mental illness increases, the patients cannot control themselves, whatever physically or mentally. So maybe the vandalism or even murder may happen more frequent if people don't use our nanotechnology to regulate the nervous system and bring down the hormone level. So our central plan is to lower the violence rate and to maintain human beings' mental health.
And as for conclusion, at first we're going to try to make a patch that can help people to focus better and control their emotions better. But then we realized that there's going to be a lot of controversial problems about that. So instead, we decided to make a patch that can help curing depression, since it is such a serious social problem right now. We noticed the limitation of antidepressant drugs. It is only a temporary solution. It does not solve the real problem. So we want to create this nanopatch to help to, as like a sustainable and long-lasting solutions that can hopefully pass on to the next generations. We think our idea has a lot of potential, and it may have a major positive impact on the future later on.
And some discussion questions. First, there are some discussion questions that we prepared. First, besides only designing the architectural structure of the recovery space, how can we also incorporate more artistic aspects, like designing patches in different colors and shapes? And second, will the uneven distribution of this product cause conflicts between countries? If some patients of the world be cured by the patch and some people are not cured by this product, then will there be many conflicts and debates arising from this problem? And there may be unexpected unknown side effects. Although unlikely, there might be some serious issues emerging in the future. And Lastly, there are some necessary technological developments that are necessary for the execution of our project, one of which is DNA nanobots would have to be further developed for the execution of this project.
So currently, DNA nanobots are being developed by researchers at Harvard for as a device for curing cancer, but we still need more research in order to know how this device would exactly work. And then we also need to have a greater understanding of epigenetics and a way to regulate which genes are inherited and which are not.
Yes, and thank you for listening.